Okay, so what am I doing? Here. Trying to make something of these drawings that I already tried to make anatomy studies of. I'm not sure what I think of the attempted bones yet, but maybe it will help. Maybe it will even help with the sculpting. Who knows? I think I will be working mainly with these two. Between them, I hope I can just figure out everything I need to know about what this body does in space. And I hope that my fine clay is dry enough now after having been re-watered that I can probably just work straight in the fine clay, because there's nothing here that is really standing up very high or needs to bear a big weight or anything. Like this knee, I think the fine clay can manage. Yeah, just want to get on it. There's still some remnants of the storm outside, but not that much. Sometimes the house rattles a little bit. Okay, so if I want to fit this stool on this little plate here, that's not that much space, but it's probably good to keep me in check. I should probably start with the sausage again, just to get used to the sausage making process. Develop some kind of routine in what I'm doing. I'm not sure it's as strictly useful as it was in some of the other ones that I did, but because this sausage really isn't doing much. It's just like a straight line down here. All the action in this pose comes from the knee that is up and from what the arms are doing. There's not much action in this pose, not much twisting, not much stretching and squashing. It's basically just lying pretty flat. So there's not much of the movement kind of the gesture that I can work with, and without a gesture, I think the sausage is less useful. But we'll see. So neck with just a weird beginning of a head. Chest, bump up a little bit. Fine finish, so nice to touch. As far as I can tell, the shoulders are pretty equal. None of the shoulders is like drawn up or tilted or twisted. Don't know how broad this guy really is because I can only see him foreshortened. I didn't get a bird's eye view of the pose. I didn't really make it. Haven't figured out what it would look like looking down straight from above. Here. I'm not sure whether I want to make it a one-legged sausage or actually have both legs in there right from the beginning. Straight leg and angled up leg. Okay, I think I'll just test for both. So we have chest. Midline. Chest probably goes into about here. All this. So I'll cut the legs here. Ugh. Never really paid much attention to proportions in figure drawing in that set. It's mostly because I felt quite comfortable getting my proportions from my eyes for what I see. But here, when I have to improvise and cannot rely on a model in front of me, I regret that a little bit. That would come in really useful. So this thigh seems to be quite muscular, a bit heavier than just the amount of clay that I have there now would suggest. It's probably not going to work out very well. Well, there's certainly enough stuff here now. Not sure. Uh, what the hell am I doing? Anyway, I'll put up this one leg. Okay, this does need more than it has. And I'll give it a bit of a understory of the rougher, more stable, bit less wet clay, just to make sure that it really stays up. Up leg. Looks like the pose changed a bit over time as the model was posing. Like the angle of this leg, in some drawings it looks more like this, in others it looks more like that. That would be exactly the kind of change that the pose undergoes as one gets tired, or just distracted. That can't really be avoided. That's not a big L model at all. It's just something that when you're drawing, it helps to be aware of that this is likely to happen. And now that I'm sculpting, it gives me a bit more freedom to decide what I want this leg to do. And I think I want it to splay out more because that makes for a more interesting shape. Makes the saw thing less straight in all directions. So that also makes it a bit harder for the clay to hold up. Less balance. Don't know what I'm doing here. I think I'm just trying to make this leg stable. This is obviously not a foot what I'm making, but it's fun. So let's check from some other sides. Yes. Yeah, I think I'll just try to go with that. Yeah. This is a tool that I have not ever used for sculpting before. I usually just use it to date my old paintings, to scratch the date into the paint. And it's soft, which I like. But it also makes it harder to control and understand what it's doing and to be sure that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And the other sculpting tools that I've had, or that I have and that I have used. Anyway, I'm trying to make this part of the sausage look more like a leg. And apparently I'm getting lost again in shapes that are just fun to make or that feel nice. Very similar to the foot on the other side, where it's just like fingers gliding on the fine clay. But I still hope that in the end it will be a bit more leg shaped. And maybe this plate will be a bit too short to actually put in the foot, this foot in there. Or I'll have to make it spill off. I really like this tool. So about here will be mechanical. And the foot coming out up into the air. So this is basically all reclined clay. I don't have the number in my head. I would have a hard time. What do I have a hard time? Wait, I think it's this one. That I'm trying to make because it's just so much fun to handle it. They're supposed to be common fingers. They don't. It's like, we don't know. They're just slipping and sliding and. Okay, I think I should move on from this weird little outflowing here, a bit more foot shape. The foot is still, I think, quite a bit too big compared to the rest of the body, but I'm leaving it here now. Mostly because I want to get away from the legs and start working more up here. No, not at the legs, at the rest of the body, maybe your hands. It's not very clear to me how much of a belly this guy has. But he has enough for it to feel a bit round in the drawings and for there to be a real dip for the navel. So I'm getting a bit of that. Like this. And I have a really hard time seeing in my drawings where his nipples are, but another string probably here. I'm just kind of improvising. Nape of the neck. So, maybe then I can try to make the head and then maybe even the arms. Neck will stay rudimentary. Just that it feels like more than just a stump. More head size, not just stump sized. And then the arms. I should really get into a workplace and tools cleaning routine for this clay stuff as well. Wax is kind of more forgiving with that. Wax you don't really need to tidy up from day to day. Wax does not dry. Wax does not make as much of a mess like this does. And also, because it's not moist, it doesn't make your instruments rot or rust or anything on that. But with the clay, all of these things, I suspect over time, do actually matter. So, this arm goes away from the body quite a bit, quite an angle. And then here, it comes down, and then it ends with the hand, and the hand is kind of falling off the cliff of the bed this person is lying on in the drawing, but I'll just have it flat because I'm too lazy to make a bed that it could dangle off of. First trying to get the proportion, the length of the things, kind of more bony kind of structure, right? And then I will bulk up the arm a bit. Thumb is on the inside. Try to at least hint at that. Have something hand-like looking, very basic hand-like looking. And that will have to be enough for today, I think. Something like that. I think I'll start a tiny bit of anatomy here. Improvising. As if this was coming straight from the pectoralis muscle, which I don't actually see in my drawings, but whatever. And then more of the biceps here. Bit of biceps and a bit of fat. And probably a bit more of the deltoid as well. Here coming. Triceps would be on the other side, so I'm just going to ignore that. I don't think I will actually be able to distinguish these forms in the end in this arm, but it helps me to think about what I'm doing to tell me okay, this is this muscle, this is that part of the body. Yeah, I'm something a little bit of that triceps really coming through here. Feels too feels too thin. So, okay. Now I'm getting tired and thinking, oh, maybe I could just leave the other arm off. Maybe I just do one. But this arm actually worked really, really well. It didn't take that much time, I think, so I think I will try to still get the other one as well. Maybe at some point in the future I will be able to make individual little humps of clay. One for the torso, one for each leg, one for the head, and I will just know exactly like the proportions and sheer volume of clay. Each can be round and still have the right proportions for making a human body out of it. Just a sense of the actual volume of these limbs in space. It's going to be as big as that one's probably got like this. This feels like way too short to me now, but it's about as long as the other one. So, and this arm is a tripod apparently. No. Okay, so this arm I mostly have to improvise somehow. Okay, so this arm I mostly have to improvise somehow. I know that it is starting at the shoulder like the other one. And it's kind of going out. So this is one elbow. And then it does this thing where end up his ribcage, so probably somewhere around here. Build it up a bit like a fill it up. that the side. This way. To the drawing.